Getting visible abs was one thing I wanted when I first started training. And I literally tried every quick fix, hack, hoodwink I could find on Facebook, on the internet to get them. And if you've ever fallen for something similar, multi-level marketing schemes, a scam, maybe you've just been cooked by false promises, this video is going to make you feel a hell of a lot better about yourself. I've been coaching for about 12 years now. I've helped hundreds of people change their life, get visible abs, get into photo shoot shape with relative ease. However, before that, I was just like you, exactly where you are. Wanting visible abs, wanting to look better, but having no clue how to even get there. And every time I looked in the mirror, all I saw was my love handles, my muffin tops, and the fact that I had twigs for arms. I even started buying t-shirts in a small, so it made my arms look bigger, but I ended up just looking ridiculous because they came up to my belly button. It's like I was wearing a crop top on holiday, which just added to the whole muffin top situation. It was really bad. Now, before I tell you about all the stupid shit that I've done to try and get lean over the years, I've put everything you do need to do in my fat loss blueprint. Complete guide that will walk you through every single stage of what you need to do to get lean. Complete with training and meal plans in there. It's based off what I've used on my current diet to lose 10 kilos. Honestly, it'll save you a lot of time if you just follow this. Links in the description. If you have any questions about it, hit me up in the comments. I'm going to walk you through the five things that I can remember specifically doing to try to get abs. Number 5 being the worst. Guarantee you will not have even tried it. Number 1, I was 15, year 10, getting bullied for being fat by literally everybody. I don't actually think I was that fat, but when enough people are around you tell you shit, you just start believing it, right? As well as teachers. Like I had my own chant at PE, it was off. 15, I was going on holiday in like 3-4 months. So what did I decide to do? The only thing I know at that point to try to get abs. 100 sit-ups every single day. That'll do the job. I lasted 3 days, got bored. It was a bit of a chore. I wanted to go and do something else. Went on holiday looking like a typical 15-year-old who's never been to the gym. The ab work that you do makes your abs bigger, but you're never going to unveil them without a diet. I was 15. I didn't know that. Secondly, my most expensive fuck up. When I was doing my undergrad, I was early 20s, I got hoodwinked into a pyramid scheme. I didn't know it was a pyramid scheme, but they promised me a BMW M3, and I was thinking Need for Speed vibes at the time. It was called Your Health, and it was selling supplements, very similar to Herbalife. It was big in Australia at the time. I spent at least $2,000 on supplements, at least. We're not talking creatine, we're not talking multivitamins, we're talking, they had greens powders, they had like a berry blast energy shot. It's fucking garbage. Probiotic, prebiotics, get you took before your meal and after your meal. Basically, thinking about it, it's probably just laxatives more than anything. So I took most of them myself because I didn't sell any of them, which is not surprising. And yeah, didn't look any different. The only thing that changed was my pee was fluorescent yellow, regardless of how hydrated I was. Mainly because of all the expensive urine I was creating. It was pretty bad. Like I was promised a BMW M3, like this specific M3. I didn't get promised this one, but this was what I was thinking. Still looked like a sock full of custard. So yeah, it was unsuccessful, some might say. Number 3, I guarantee you've tried this at some point. I want to lose weight, I'm just going to do more. So I decided, I was a PT at this point, so I had access to a gym. I decided I was going to go and train twice a day. Every day for 5 days, whilst playing football twice, 3 times a week on top of it. I was essentially trying to outrun a bad diet, or out-train a bad diet. And I kept that up for a good month. Like I was fucking tired. So I've done it for a month, so I should have seen results. No. All that happened was the training quality went down. I was fucked and ended up getting a couple of niggles. And I looked exactly the same, if not worse. I actually remember almost falling asleep whilst training a client. That's how bad it was. Like that's just embarrassing. Yeah, you can't out-train a bad diet. We know that. We know that now. We know. We've learned, we've made mistakes. Number 4, and most people have done this. That's fat burners. When I was younger, I tried most of them. Always wanted an edge. Essentially, it's just caffeine and green tea extract. Both make your heart go faster. My mum thought they were steroids, naturally. Testo Fuel was the one that I had. So it says test on it. She thinks testosterone. She was wrong. Fucking wish it was testosterone. It might have actually worked. But essentially, it was just expensive heart palpitations and flop sweat. That's all that happened. This was before I discovered that caffeine does absolutely fuck all for people with ADHD. So it didn't actually do anything to me. Fuck all. It made me more sleepy. Over the years, I spent hundreds. Like Testo Fuel at the time was like 50 quid for like a bottle. And you took one a day and you sweat for a bit and that was it. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. If fat burners worked, the NHS would use them. Number 5, and now this is up there with one of the most stupid things I've done. Other nominees doing Slimming Well for 3 months, trying to lose weight whilst having a takeaway every day through January, doing 40 hours of rugby league for a world record attempt, doing 30 hours of rugby league for a world record attempt. But this one probably takes the cake in terms of just sheer not thinking for myself. So when I was doing my level 3, so my PT qualification, the tutor convinced me to do one of his programs that he sold. Granted, that's the first red flag, and there's probably many. And being the teacher's pet that I was, and as impressionable as I am, I was like, hell yeah, of course, yeah, why not? Be great. First thing he said, here's my bank details, 450 quid, ping that across. Okay, there's another red flag, don't get me wrong. No training program involved, no coaching. The only thing I had to do was for 7 days straight, I was allowed to eat as much green veg as I wanted. And the only thing I could put on it was pink Himalayan salt, which really has no benefit on top of sea salt. Alongside this, I was allowed a protein shake twice a day. But this wasn't just any protein shake, this was a protein shake. This is what was 450 quid was for. It was some medical protein, he described it as, which tasted as chemically as you can imagine and looked like it had little bits of carrot in it, which could have also been microplastics at the time, but they were orange, I know that, and it tasted horrible. The whole 4.5 days that I actually managed to do that for was a horrible experience. And I kind of wish I took more notice at the time, especially when I really started to realise that this was bullshit. The Saturday, I was only allowed 2 litres of deionised water. So I had to go to a garage, and deionised water is what you put in car batteries. So I had to go and drink 2 litres of deionised car water. Again, a red flag. Then on the Sunday, I was allowed 1 litre of deionised water. And then on the Sunday night, I had to drive all the way to Rotherham, which is about an hour and a half, into the deep depths of a horrible council estate, which I later found out that my mum and dad used to live there, for a photo shoot. And to this day, I've never looked at those photos. So bear in mind that I've currently been dieting for 18 weeks and I've got 5 weeks to a photo shoot. He tried making me ready for a photo shoot in a week. A week. Didn't even get a tan, didn't even get oiled up. Just stand there, take pictures. Horrible. Horrible experience. Never looked at the pictures, never spoke to the guy again, which I think is fair. Now I've made all these mistakes, and I've also changed something in my program immediately because I've seen something on Instagram. I've taken supplements because someone on the internet has told me to, because they might help me have better erections or sleep better, or I'm gonna get more out of a training session. And I will still make mistakes going forward. That's how we learn. You have to be willing to make mistakes so that you get better. Some are more costly, some are bigger, some make you look like an absolute idiot, but you just gotta front it. But after all these mistakes, the only time I ever made progress was when I first hired a coach. Someone to hold me to account, someone to give me the tools I needed to actually get to where I wanted to be. I wanted visible abs, and I got visible abs because I had the plan in place. And if you want to skip making all the mistakes I made, follow a plan that works, it's proven to work, gives you structure and stops all the guessing. My fat loss blueprint is in the description below. Everything you need in there goes through 3 stages: your nutrition, your habits, and your training. All the plans and everything are in there. It's the exact method I've used myself to lose 10 kilos so far this year. And if you have any questions about how fucking stupid I've been over the years, hit me up in the comments. If you want to tell me your stupid mistakes that you've made trying to get abs, please do. I'm always up for a good laugh. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.